A new study out by an economics professor at Miami University claims that teen abortions and teen births have risen in the state of Texas since 2011. That's when the state removed funding to Planned Parenthood. My next guest believes this is a misleading narrative. We welcome in Michael New, associate scholar at the Charlotte Lozier Institute, who has written about this study. He also served as a postdoctoral fellow at the Harvard MIT Data Center. So, Michael, the report argues that the cuts to the Texas family planning programs increase both teen births and teen abortions, but you argue that the number of Texas minorities in that is going down. Why such a discrepancy?
Well, the study is interesting, and what the author does find is that some demographically similar counties outside of Texas saw larger declines in both teen births and teen abortions. But the problem is the way the media is reporting on this study. I think casual readers of media coverage would conclude that teen abortions and teen births are going up in Texas, and in reality, that's absolutely not the case.
You tell us why you believe this study, which also claims teen pregnancies and epidemic in Texas, is not true.
Because we have good data from the Texas Department of State Health. And between 2011 and 2014, teen abortions have gone down by about 47%. Teen births have gone down by 24%. So the notion there's this teen pregnancy epidemic in Texas is just completely false, that the media is not reporting on these positive health trends.
Like you see, the mainstream media appears to be taking at least one side in this, reporting there would be some 20,000 unplanned births, for example. In your experience, how do you think this kind of reporting is bad overall for the pro-life movement?
Well, it's very frustrating that Texas took the lead in defunding Planned Parenthood in 2011, and I think the media, hoping to discredit efforts to cut off federal funding for Planned Parenthood and cut off funding for Planned Parenthood elsewhere, has tried to create this misleading narrative of a public health crisis in Texas. And it's been very misleading. They've taken a lot of studies out of context. In some cases, people have just made up figures out of whole cloth to try to discredit what's going on in Texas. But in reality, most public health trends there are quite positive.
And like you say, people who just read this study offhand may just not know. It's interesting that this study will actually be published in the Journal of Health Economics. Does that validate the study in your view?
Well, the good thing about academic research is that the data will become publicly available once the study comes out. So the data will be available, and I think other researchers with an interest in this topic will get a chance to do some writing and research on it. And I think at the end of the day, we will get probably a clear picture of what's happening to teen pregnancies in Texas.
Well, like I say, that's important that we get that information out there. And obviously, we appreciate your work with the Charlotte Lozier Institute in giving us the context for this. Michael New, Associate Professor, thanks so much for talking with us.
Thanks for having me.